Engineers are the perfect Grinch.
We take everything fun and ruin it with equations and logic.
Well, I don't know what to say, except it's Christmas and we're all in misery.
Today, we ruined 6 Christmas movies, but there is one bonus movie at the end that actually gets it right. Merry Christmas!
Bah humbug.
Maybe we should start by asking about the Grinch's size-changing bags. Where does he shop for those? Diagon Alley?
This magnet's probably really strong at a distance of 1 inch, but from a distance of 12 inches, it would be 1,700 times weaker. Way too weak to pull out these mails. The Who's are really strong too, but super wasteful when it comes to transporting food. I could fit so much fancy feast in this thing.
If we assume one Grinch has a strength of 1 John Cena, then 10 John Cenas plus 2 could snatch 3,600 pounds above their heads. Now, dragging a sled is easier than lifting it over your head, but by my calculations, Max the dog is still about as strong as 3.5 John Cenas. Plus 2.
You can't see me.
And the sleigh would never have had enough momentum to keep sliding upwards when Max fell off the edge. It would have slid back down.
Speaking of momentum, NASCAR turns are banked around 30 degrees so that the cars don't go flying off the edge. The Grinch's sleigh would have no chance around this corner.
The real mistake was using dogs at all. Max can't even be lazy right. I would be napping on the sleigh, not just sitting there with a stupid look on my face.
Whoville looks awesome. Hey, I have one of those. 2 bell instruments do exist. They're set in different keys, so you can harmonize with yourself. Multi-mouthpiece instruments, though, they can't make music, but they could make lots of chaotic noise. In theory, it would work sort of like the exhaust manifold in your car, except brass instruments require vibration feedback on the person's lips as part of the instrument. With multiple players, you'd get unexpected tones, no way to control pitch, and you'd feel everybody's breath pushed into your mouth while you were trying to blow against a brick wall.
Final Grinch mistake. Even setting aside all of the random direction bounces this ornament takes, the Grinch does not hit it with enough initial speed to give it the kinetic energy needed to bounce up to the top of an 8-foot Christmas tree.
I'm 26 years old. I got nothing to show.
You're young. You're so young.
26 years old? This guy has to be older than me, right? This is probably an intentional joke, not a mistake, so kind of like the forced perspective scene. Will Ferrell is not a giant compared to the elves, he's just sitting way closer to the camera. So really, this was kind of just an excuse for me to show you these gigantic chairs. These are Serenity-sized chairs.
They look big enough to fit her belly, but I'm not sure the legs have the structural integrity.
You sit on a throne of lies.
If you guys aren't gonna take this seriously, then it's up to me.
What is it?
It's a Kringle 3000, a 500 reindeer power jet turbine engine. Without it, the sleigh couldn't get more than a few feet off the ground.
I'm getting too old for this job.
No! The Kringle 3000 would be a spectacular failure. Sleighs don't have control surfaces to keep them level. With the jet engine on the bottom, the whole thing would flip and spin out of control like Wile E. Coyote on Acme rocket skates.
Oh, okay, I'll help. The snowball fight. He bazookas these snowballs in what looks like a perfectly straight line. To throw a snowball, it doesn't fall by gravity, but he would need baseball spin level so insane, a baseball umpire would check his hat for sticky stuff. Max Scherzer would have loved to keep a flask of maple syrup up his sleeve.
Call an ambulance, but not from me.
Farewell, failure. America, watch out! Here comes Colin Frizzle. And he's got a big knob.
And that's probably movie mistake number 1.
The real mistake is Hugh Grant's dancing. You're supposed to do it like this.
It's been bitter cold with a chance of snow, but I've been grinning ear to ear. Crowds are bustling everywhere I go, spreading that Christmas cheer. I trim the tree and I put up the lights. Doesn't really matter who's naughty or nice. It's Christmas. Thankful for this joyful, joyful night. It's Christmas, won't you celebrate with me? Let's all celebrate because it's Christmas.
Where are the lobsters? Today, I'm a grown man picking on a little kid. Sam is not that fast. Have you ever seen those beat the freeze contests at baseball games? Give a little kid any amount of head start in an open straightaway, and these security guards are catching him no problem.
I could outrun Sam, and I have 4-inch legs.
You couldn't outrun a Roomba. Serenity, you want to play 52 pickup?
Oh, God, it's half the book.
I hate everyone right now. Unless his book was a Berenstain Bears book, there's no way these few pages are half a book.
It's Berenstain.
Right. And next you're gonna tell me Hans Gruber didn't say, "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon."
That was dubbed over Bruce Willis, and it was Die Hard 2. Fire hoses aren't bungee cords, which attach to a spread-out harness and applied force gradually. At a minimum, that sudden jerk should leave a bruise like a seatbelt in a high-speed collision. He could have serious internal damage.
Just like how I deal serious internal damage to the litter box whenever I eat Taco Bell.
Speaking of disaster wreckage, over 100 people died in the Hyatt Regency walkway collapse, all because a fastener couldn't support double the amount of load that it was expecting. John McClane weighs like 50 times as much as this sheet metal air duct. There's no way the brackets and tiny little sheet metal screws would actually hold his weight.
Air ducts are for cats only.
If Serenity was in there, the entire Nakatomi Tower would have collapsed under her weight.
This movie is the poster child for Uncanny Valley. Photos look good, cartoons look good, but when you try to make a cartoon look like a photo, it looks way worse than just a cartoon designed to look like a cartoon. Also, a 7-car passenger train going 50 miles per hour would probably take like 30 seconds and half a mile to stop, maybe even worse due to icy conditions.
With a canoe, you can paddle on the right to turn left. Or you can put your paddle in the water on the left to act like a brake to turn left. I guess they're trying to go for that same sort of thing with the train steering on ice, by braking or accelerating each side. So I guess there is sort of related precedent for this, but this would not remotely work anything like that with a train. Metal on ice, there's just not enough friction.
The roller coaster scene is also a wee bit problematic. See, trains sit on tracks just by gravity. Roller coasters have wheels on the sides and the bottom, so they're like completely hugging the tracks. This is why they can do corkscrews and loop-de-loops and not fall off, because they're held from different directions. If this train was cresting over a hill with so much speed that the passengers and the objects inside were all floating, this would mean the train itself was floating off into space as well.
Still probably safer than the presents water slide. Better hope your presents are at the top of the pile, too. The ones at the bottom, if they didn't break from the fall, they totally got squished from the weight of all the other presents on top.
I wouldn't want to be under the star. Elves and big metal stars fall at the same speed. If anything, the elves would be slower because of the bungee cords. Bro should be squished right now.
Well-oiled machine.
Reminds me of Santa pulling an E.T. in Christmas Vacation, blown up by sewer gas.
Don't drop that!
There's not nearly enough energy in that explosion to propel a sleigh to that height, though. Cousin Eddie must have done the calculations for this stunt.
Cousin Eddie is the kind of guy who microwaves fish in an office.
And doesn't bury his poops in the litter box.
I don't think Cousin Eddie even has a litter box.
That explains so much.
Play ball!
250 strands of light, 100 individual bulbs per strand for a grand total of 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights.
Old school C7 bulbs are no joke. Each bulb draws 5 watts of power, making one whole strand about 5 amps. This whole house is drawing 500 amps of current all through one massively overloaded breaker, which would probably actually trip around 20 amps of electricity. Having the whole neighborhood dim until the nuclear power plant increases its power supply is a pretty great touch, though.
This is a new non-caloric silicone-based kitchen lubricant my company's been working on. It creates a surface 500 times more slippery than any cooking oil.
Less friction doesn't mean more thrust. The slipperiest sled in the whole world still wouldn't accelerate faster than gravity.
Bingo.
Another energy mistake, this time potential and kinetic energy. An icicle sliding out of the gutter. It only drops about 2 feet before it hits the window. The max speed it should reach in that distance is 11 feet per second. It should just gently thud down to the ground, not shoot out like a missile.
It's also aimed in completely the wrong direction. The gutter's being pulled forward away from the house, not towards the back.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
This box is meowing.
Hey, this cat gets to work all day in a cardboard box, and he's allowed to chew Christmas lights? How do I get a job like that? Oh, never mind.
As a professor, the most realistic thing I've seen in any Christmas movie has to be Ralphie thinking he wrote an amazing theme and expecting to receive a perfect grade. Now, no offense to my previous, current, or future students out there, but sometimes your work isn't quite as good as you think it is. I take no pleasure in calling you out on it, but it's for your own good.
You should watch our Home Alone video next. I know you'll grade it an A+++++.